Alright, so after it's warmed up, what I'm going to do is kind of show you an overview of all the things, all these millions of buttons. So, button on and off, if there's ever an emergency, don't hesitate to press it. You won't get in trouble, just press it to stop everything. Other ways to stop a program, if you don't need to do an emergency stop, but you just need to stop a program, you can usually press this button, it will stop the program where it's at. This one starts the program. So over here we've already seen what the restart button does, and also the power up restart. I've never used that button. These buttons are used when it comes to setting the tool onto the thing, your tool offset, and there's also the part offset, so you can pick your reference point. You have all your directions over here. Jog lock is when you want to move it by hand. There's the chip forward, chip stop, chip reverse. This thing down here, that's your chip auger, so that's what you're controlling when you press forward. It should start forward. When you press stop, it stops, and reverse should go backwards. This is your coolant up, coolant down. Over here is kind of your rate. So when you do a feed rate, you want to go 100% feed rate, so what you regularly do, or up 10%, down 10%. The same thing for spindle, stop, clockwise, counterclockwise. You almost never use those. These are your rapid movements. So when your movements in between your cuts, how fast you want it to go. If you're new at this, you probably want to do almost everything at 5%. Once you're been doing it for about a month, maybe 25%, 50 and 100 when you become quite good. Other buttons over here. So we have the display buttons. There's all these ones here. Most of the ones you're going to need to know about are like the current commands, which gets you kind of to where your current commands are going, and gives you kind of overview over here what's going on, like your feed rate, your spindle speed, things like that. Help and calc, you don't really need that one that much. Settings graph is probably the other one you're most likely to use. So you use settings first, and I'll give you all the settings. Again, we can do like page up, page down, has all sorts of settings on there. The other thing you want to do is the graph on here. So you can go here, you can go memory, current commands. It'll bring you back to your current commands. You press the settings twice, it'll bring you to this screen. Well, where you can press the start cycle button, and it will run the program that you currently have up. This one is just the turning one, the spindle warm up, so not exciting. See, nothing happens. Other buttons, there's obviously all the letters, parentheses and everything, all your numbers over here, space, cancel. Cancel is like also backspace, so that's like your delete is your cancel. Up here you have like your editing, if you want to edit a program. So if you go to program, you're pressing memory, current commands. So you go to press edit, it'll bring up this. You see that it is highlighted up here. You can scroll to something different by moving this. You see it going across. Spin it really fast. If you want to get down here, if you want to edit this or change these numbers, you can put the number in, like M478 or whatever, whatever it is. All the M code is under here, email code and stuff like that. So if you wanted to put it all in there, I would put it in goggly poop. You go over here and you can either insert it, alter it, delete. So this is our position right here, and I push the insert button. You'll see that it will add stuff in. Right, so I don't want that, so I'm going to press the delete button. And then all the other stuff actually added too, so I'm going to delete, add it back to normal. So the next part is like your memory that kind of brings up what you last did. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you don't really use. This part, MDI, so if you go to there, kind of brings up up here like there's a small program. It means so you can do like small programs that you can write. So I like with this one, it's usually used just to do spin. Press go, so spin it. To cancel it, you press this, or you press restart just to turn it off. So that's how you get to that. This is also where you turn on your coolant. These buttons here, when it's in this mode, if you press like forward, it will move the thing to the next tool. Or reverse, it will also go back. Also in this mode, the MDI mode, let's say I were to go to T tool 12. It says T12 now. Before I don't have to press enter anything, but I go over here and press forward or reverse, and then it will go to tool 12. You see they're all numbered here, so you just got tool 12, which is nothing, but anyway, it's a good way to get to tools that are far away. The next row here is hand jog. So if you go to hand jog, you'll see that there'll be something that come up like jogging in the y-axis. You can change the axis by selecting x-axis here. This is how fast you move. Probably don't ever want to use this button. That's too fast. You can be spinning over and jam things. So this is probably the fastest you want to go. So I can pick X, use this. As I turn this, you'll see it move. I can select Y. Press Z. This one moves. Anyway, if you do jog walk, you'll see this thing will come up, and it's waiting for you to press one of these buttons to kind of have it go all by itself. It slowly moves by itself, and to stop it, you're going to again press jog walk, and that will stop it. Be very careful that you don't press the wrong way. Other things on here, we don't really use these buttons very much at all. The next button you'll probably use often is the list programs. You go list programs, and it brings it up here. You can scroll through what you want. So like if I selected this one, the next button is select program. It selects it. I can go to current commands. It brings up what I want. If I want to see what it does, I can go here to settings. And then I can press the go. See, this is more what it looks like when you actually have a program. And then when it gets to, when it says G30 found, that means that it got to the end, there was no errors. So again, it's memory, current commands to get back to the regular things here. So yeah, so let's say you want to take a program off of here and put it onto the computer, which you often want to do. So first we'll go into list programs, we'll go down to spin to warm up, and I'm going to erase program. I press this button, it says do you want to delete it? And I press the Y and it deletes it. Now over here, I'm going to go over to this section, bring it over, it pulls up information on my drive. And I can scroll down to what I want. I want warm up right there. I say select program. It brings it up. After that, I go back to list program. Go back to here, and I go up. I go over. Now, what I'm going to do is press F2. Ready? You'll see that it comes up here. It's not quite selected. See, this part's up here, so it's not selected, so you gotta scroll to it using this thing or whatever you want, or these buttons. Get to it, and you say select program. I have it selected, and that's on here. You can't run it unless it's on the ROM. So there are ways to do it without it, but it's tricky. Anyway, so that's kind of most of your buttons that you have here. You can see all of them are pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, you can always watch this again or come ask someone.